In this video on Human Development Index, I will cover Human Development Index definition, dimensions of Human Development Index, origin of Human Development Index, and then we will do a real life example of calculating HDI, how HDI is calculated. We'll take the example of India and we will find out the HDI index of India. I hope that if you will watch this video till end, your questions related to Human Development Index will be clear. You will be able to find out what is Human Development Index and how does it work. So first, start with what is development. Before 1990, the development means GDP or per capita income. So for many decades, a country's level of development was measured only in terms of its economic growth. This means that the bigger the economy of the country, the more developed it was considered. So let's see that how the HDI changed this. If we take the example of top countries in terms of GDP per capita, you will find that Qatar is at number one in terms of GDP per capita and United States at number 10. But when we come to HDI rank, that is on the right side, you'll see that Qatar falls at number 37 in HDI rank. However, its GDP per capita is highest. Whereas when you'll see Norway, it falls at number 6 in terms of GDP per capita. But when it comes to HDI rank, it is number 1. So the HDI rank or HDI Human Development Index completely changed the concept of development, which was earlier focused on GDP, now has focused on HDI. How it is calculated, why it does it matter, that we will discuss subsequently. Let's start with the definition of HDI. The Human Development Index is a statistical tool. It is a statistical tool used to measure a country's overall achievement in its social and economic dimension. GDP was completely focused on economic dimensions, whereas this HDI focuses both on social as well as in economic dimension. The social and economic dimensions of a country are based on the health of people, their level of education attainment, and their standard of living. So these three things are considered in HDI. First is health of people, then their level of education and attainment, and their standard of living. So HDI range from 0 to 1. So if a country gets 1, it means it is the most developed country in terms of HDI, and if a country gets 0, it is the least developed country. However, generally no country will fall under 0. There will be some development will definitely be there, and no country will be at 1 because there would be certain deficiencies in a country. Now let's start. The Human Development Index was created to emphasize that expanding human choice was created to emphasize the expanding human choice should be the ultimate criteria for assessing development result. That means the objective of the HDI was to expand the choice, human choices. So it is more or less focused on human rather than economy. So center point here is human development. And economic growth is a means to that process but is not an end in itself. So economic growth helps in achieving or expanding the choices of the human, but it is not the end itself. The HDI can also be used to question national policy choice policy. So based on the HDI, we can question the country's national policy. Suppose two countries which are at the same level in terms of GNI, gross national income or per capita, but can have different HDI. So if a country with same level of GNI, if one country will be at the higher level in HDI index and the other country will be at the lower in HDI index. So people can question the country with the lower HDI index that why despite having the similar gross national income that particular country falls in HDI. And the people will raise question on the national policy of that particular country. And how HDI was origin. A Pakistani economist, Dr. Mehboob ul Haq, created the Human Development Index in 1990. So this Pakistani economist Mehboob ul Haq, he created the Human Development Index in 1990. He said, in true sense, development is all about enlarging people's choice in order to lead long, healthy lives with dignity. So what he said that if we talk about the development is enlarging people's choice in order to lead long, healthy life and dignity. So these three things he said. So here, if you'll see, the people are central of all the development under this concept. So these choices are not fixed, but they keep on changing. The basic goal of development is to create conditions where people can live meaningful lives. A meaningful life is not just a long one, it must be a life with some purpose. This means that people must be healthy, be able to develop their talents, participate in society, and be free to achieve their goals. And the United Nations Development Program has been using this concept of HDI, which was developed by Mehboob Haq, in their annual HDR since 1990. Since 1990, the United Nations Development Program or UNDP has been publishing the Human Development Report every year. This report provides a rank-wise list of all member countries according to the level of human development, and the Human Development Index is the criteria of deciding the rank. So they provide the countries into different categories that are very high, medium, and low. So if a country gets score of 0.79 and above, they will fall under high category, and those countries which are not high but their score is above 0.69 but it is below 0.79, they will be high, and for medium it is 0.52 to 0.69, and those below 0.52 they will be low developed countries. Now let's see the dimensions of development. So the there are three dimensions. First is long and healthy life, and then knowledge, and then a decent standard of living. So what are the indicators of these? For long and healthy life, that means life expectancy at birth, we will see. For knowledge, we will see two dimensions: mean years of schooling and expected years of schooling. And for decent standard of living, GNI, per capita income. And for the dimension index, we will see life expectancy index for long and healthy life. And for knowledge, we will see education index. And for a decent standard of living, the index is GNI index. So these three, when we will take together, they will derive the HDI index. We'll see each part separately. First, let's see what is life expectancy. A key element in calculating the HDI is life expectancy at birth. That means how long a person is able to survive at the time of birth. The life expectancy factor helps to determine how long the average citizen lives. and how healthy he can remain during her life and how much she can contribute in her working life. So what UNDP, they say that the HDI measures life expectancy from 20 years to 85 years. So this is the range they suggest. They say that the minimum life expectancy across all the countries cannot be below 20, and the highest they have said that it is 85. Then the next index is education index. In this, it is considered that what is the expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling. These two things are considered. And then HDI measures said that 18 years are expected years of schooling and 15 years are as mean years of schooling. Why? Because 18 years, if you do your post graduation, the entire education will take you at least 18 years. So it is expected that a person should complete his post graduation. So he should spend at least 18 years in schooling. But if a minimum average we see that they can do the undergraduation and which requires 15 years. So for HDI calculation, they take 18 years as expected years of schooling and 15 years as mean years of schooling. The third dimension or index comes is GNI or gross national income per capita. So the gross national income per capita or GNI measures the annual income of the average citizens based on purchasing power parity or PPP. You can watch my video on PPP if you do not know what is the concept of PPP. So GNI or per capita income we take into per purchasing power parity basis. So these three dimensions. And for GNI they say that the minimum income per capita income is 100 USD and maximum is 75,000 USD. If you'll see that there are only 5 countries as of now which has per capita income above 75,000. So the maximum they have taken 75,000. Then let's see the example. You see it clear with proper attention, and then your concept related to human development index will be clear. First, let's see, I have picked these data from the HDI report, human development report published by UNDP. So in 2017, life expectancy at birth for India was 68.8 years. Expected years of schooling was 12.3 years. Mean years of schooling was 6.4 years, and per capita income in purchasing power parity was 6,353 USD, and the HDI what the UNDP published was 0.64. So what we will do in this example with these figures which we have, we will try to find out this 0.64, how this 0.64 is arrived when these figures are given. So let's see why these figures are important, because we want to increase this. If we want to increase this, we have to improve on these dimensions. If we can improve on these dimensions, we can improve our HDI index, and if we can improve our HDI index, we can increase our ranking in HDI index, which is one of the prime objective of any country. So let's start. First is life expectancy index. So the in previously we see that the HDI measures life expectancy from 20 to 85 years. They say that minimum a person will be living is 20 years. Average life expectancy in any country cannot be below 20 years, and it is 85 years in some countries. So they have taken this range. And in India, we saw that the life expectancy in India was 68.8 years in 2017. So this figure we have been given, and this is the measurement of the UNDP. So how we will calculate it? The life expectancy index we will calculate 68.8, that is India's life expectancy, minus 20, that is the minimum requirement, and here the maximum can be based for denominator. Maximum can be 85 and minimum is 20. So in this way we will calculate 48.8 divided by 65. So our life expectancy index will come as 0.751.
So this is the first dimension index which we have calculated, and we have arrived at 0.751. And the next index is education index. So expected years of schooling in India in 2017 was 12.3 years, and for range they have given is 0 to 18 years. Why they have given 0 to 18 years? They say that minimum the education cannot be below 0 years. Nobody in any country, if they do not go to school, the dimension will be 0, and if everybody goes to school and they complete their post graduation, it will be 18 years. So this is the ideal situation, and this is the worst situation. The range will be between 0 to 18. Similarly, mean years of schooling in India was 6.4 years, whereas the range they have given is 0 minimum. It cannot be worse than this, and minimum expectations they have that everybody should complete at least under graduation, so they should spend at least 15 years in their schooling. Now we'll calculate the education index. First, let's see the expected years of schooling. So minimum is 12.3 for India, and the expected years of schooling in India is 12.3, and the minimum requirement range is 0, divided by highest range, that is 18 years, minus minimum years, that is 0. So if we will calculate this 12.3 divided by 18, we will arrive at 0.683. Then the mean years of schooling will see that 6.4 years for India, whereas the minimum in the range it is 0 and highest it is 15 minus 0. So if you will divide 6.4 by 15, will get 0.427. Now we have two scores here, and we have to arrive one score. So what we will do, we will take a simple average of these 2 points, two scores, and we will arrive education index. So let's see, the education index is 0.683 plus 0.427 divided by 2, so average will be 0.555. So our second index which we have received, education index, is 0.555. Now we have to find the third index, GNI Index. GNI per capita in India was USD 6353, and range for HDI is USD 100 to USD 75,000. 75,000, why they have given? There are only 5 countries which are above 75,000. So they have given the maximum range as 75,000. Now, how GNI index is calculated? They say that log 6353, the India's range, minus log 100. Sorry, it is written 0, it should be 100. So log 6353 minus log 100 divided by log 75,000, that's a maximum range, minus log 100, that is the minimum range. This is log 100. Log 100. Why they have taken log instead of simple average, which we were doing in the other two indexes? Because what UNDP said is that if we take the 100, suppose a country's average per capita income is USD 100, so for them the additional 100 in the per capita income will have the much more impact on the development than the other country if their average income is 75,000, and if you increase it by 100, it will not have the same impact which will be having here. So these, the increment of 100 will have different impact on different level of per capita income. So for that they have taken log normal. So with this, if we divide 1.803 divided by 2.875, the figure we'll receive is 0.627. Now we have received our three indexes. Life expectancy index was 0.751, education index is 0.555, and GNI index is 0.627. Now after arriving these three figures, we have to find out our HDI. So HDI is nothing but the geometric mean of these three dimensions. When you take the geometric mean of these three dimensions, you will get your HDI. So let's see the geometric mean of these three dimensions: 0.751, 0.555 and 0.627. So HDI we arrive is 0.64 that we saw in our example, and HDI of index in India 2017 is 0.64. So in this way we can calculate HDI of any country if we are given the life expectancy of a country, mean years of schooling, expected years of schooling, as well as per capita income of country. We can calculate the HDI of that country. So in this way we have calculated the HDI of India. That's all for HDI Human Development Index. I hope you would have got the concept clear related to HDI. If you have any query, you can give right in my comment box. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and if you are not subscriber, subscribe to our channel to get the various concept related to economics and finance. Thanks for watching.